Those are you. Okay, good evening, everyone. So we already had our executive session. We had, before that, we had already done our roll call, our flag salute, so we're going to go right into our agenda. City Manager?
Yes, up first is a presentation, which is going to be done by Trichoma Cannabis Manufacturing. You guys are up.
Hey, how are you guys? Mayor, Council, thank you
How are
very
you?
much for having us here. Coming from Trichoma, thanks for the opportunity to have us here. And in the cultivation side, we just like to get we like to get in the manufacturing and be a part of that and part of the team. As you know, we have the building over in Lodi Street, and we'd like to add manufacturing to that.
Okay.
Do you want to just also give us a quick update now, just for the record? You were previously approved for a cannabis cultivation license at the property on Lodi Street, and this would expand your operations into manufacturing. Do you want to give us a quick update on where you are with the cultivation? I know that's
Yep.
in work.
We passed our planning board resolution, and we were working with the building department. They've given us demo permits. We are now kind of finalizing our permits with the town. We met with them about a week ago, kind of ironing all the small things and questions they had. But we should be starting construction within the next couple of weeks, according to them.
Would the manufacturing be in the second building that was on that property, or is it going to be in the same building with cultivation?
It's going to be on the second building, in the
gonna be-
back half side. So there's like a garage warehouse space in the back side of the second building.
Didn't you
And
have a tenant there?
We do. So the tenant is vacating, they're going to vacate that garage part, and they're keeping the offices in the front.
Okay, so they'll stay in business there.
Correct.
You just use the other part.
Yep.
I have a question, because you're the first ones that are, well, you're actually going to be the first ones asking for manufacturing. But because you're doing both, right, so you're doing cultivation and manufacturing, what are you doing to guarantee that you're kind of selling the cultivation to yourself, right? So that, the city gets a 2%.
Right.
fee
So
for that.
So the CRC, everything is tracked. We're not able to sell, just use our own product without selling it to each other. Not to ourselves. We have to sell it to ourselves at market price, and that's being tracked based on the system that we use, which is metric. So when we do have any product that we outsource or from our own cultivation facility, that has to be allocated and what we do with it. And if we do extract it, we have to sell it to ourselves at fair market
At
price.
the same rate, okay. And I think we're going to want that documented, Steve, right, in the paperwork? when we-
Yeah,
Yes.
is there something you'd be prepared to cite to us, that would, essentially guarantee that?
Yes, yeah. And our accounting firm has to, that's part of we have to get accountants that are very similar in the business, and the CRC guidelines says that. So we'll find that in their guidelines, and we'll also provide any documents to kind of show that.
And then you'll be going for site plan, and should it be granted eventually, then you'll go through the whole site plan process, and you'll guarantee, just like you did with the cultivation, as far as that there'll be no fumes, there'll be no odors, there'll be all of the types of things that we insisted in cultivation. That's all part of your process too, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hiring, sorry, and your hiring practices, I hope you'll be looking to hire a lot of the local,
We definitely will.
okay,
We definitely will. We also, in the process, we have to use the union, and we'll make sure everyone gets everything they need and locally hire who we need.
Is there anything else you want to describe in terms of your community benefit, to the community? How you have the public here, people interested in this, about how you'll be a good neighbor for the community. I think that might be something folks might want to hear about as well.
Yes, we will be, as we all know, the town's going to get 2% on everything we produce, and as well as for the neighborhood, we always like to bring back and and we would love to, we want to be part of any events that the city has and anything that we could help to help improve our town and hire our local people and kind of, just help the community as much as we can.
Okay. And I see security is all set.
Yes, we also have Rob here. He's our security director, and he would be helping us.
Same security people that you have for the cultivation?
That is correct.
I mean, do you want to have Rob speak about the security plan at all? Is that something you want to hear? Are you good?
John, you want to hear?
Yeah, why don't we, I'm interested in like, just, the RPD has been working, we've upgraded our systems tremendously, so I'm wondering if, there's any video stuff that might take place down there that might be shared with our police
Sure.
department where they could,
100% Mayor.
get there quicker if there was
Yep.
an issue.
Deputy
How are you,
Mayor,
sir?
Council, everybody, good evening. Thank you for having us again on behalf of Trichoma. I'm their security consultant. Same exact thing that we've testified to at both planning and before you as the council for cultivation. Same systems will be in place, very robust systems of everything from electronic door access controls, lighting, exterior lighting, burglar alarm, intrusion alarms, of course, the surveillance system by CRC guidelines. We must share it with both the CRC and the local police department. So they will have 24/7 live access to the facility via our camera system. Camera systems will be exterior as well as interior, which I think is a phenomenal thing for the local, I came from local law enforcement, obviously, and I think it's great for the fire department. I think it's great for the police department. Even if it's only a fire alarm that goes off in the place, the dispatch center can literally dial into the live feed and see if there's a smoke condition, see if there's anything that looks like it's going on, and the first responders can be aware of it before they even get there.
Great. Quick question, I think that we touched on this at planning board, is the transportation. Obviously, the cultivation part's gonna be some for cannabis itself, and then what you use to manufacture, to make edibles or whatever you're making. The transport of that when it leaves there, just if you could touch on that, the
Sure,
security end on that.
from a security perspective, so certainly, everything is packaged, and again, this is all by state guideline, we can't deviate from it, even if we wanted to, but, the things are packaged in certain weights, that, and then they go to the dispensaries already prepackaged. So, they're nondescript Sprinter vans that would be, once or twice a week, depending on delivery schedule.
Right.
These guys are, I think, still a little bit away from the cultivation side being up and ready. I think you'd actually see the manufacturing side will end up becoming productive and online before cultivation does.
Okay.
So they'll have to purchase the biomass at the beginning from other cultivators to process. And so deliveries of that biomass coming into manufacturing, we would take the just same security precautions as any other
Right.
deliveries we do, and outgoing, same thing. There will be a security guard on premise during all operating hours, but not during non-operating hours.
Okay. Any other questions?
I had one question. So there's going to be a tenant there, but they're not vacating. Is there any special considerations, security-wise, if there's another
So
tenant on the property?
Yes, from a security standpoint, we consider everything, of course, but what the CRC dictates is that they have to be completely walled off from, they will not have access to the manufacturing
Right,
side of
right.
things. And honestly, from a security perspective, even the cultivation employees, if they don't have any business on the manufacturing side, their electronic card access will not grant them access to the manufacturing side. Same thing with the hierarchy of electronic access, even for the vault, let's say, the vault in the cultivation side. Not everybody gets access to the vault. If you're trimming flower or whatever you do with the stuff, I'm not part of that process, but you have there's no reason for you to be inside the vault area where the finished product is, so you can't get in there without a manager or the security bringing you in there.
Right.
So all those same precautions will be in place on the manufacturing side. The machinery is relatively light on the manufacturing side from the research that I've done and the education I've received from these guys. The process they're going to use does not require chemicals. We've shared electronically some slide decks that give a really high-level overview of how the process works, just in an effort to try and educate everyone. So there's no concern about chemicals, and the odor mitigation is going to be very robust, similar to the cultivation side. We're very, we're very well aware that that's a concern for your residents and for the council.
Anything, Chair? Any? Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
So as, before there is a resolution, if you're comfortable there's a resolution up for a municipal support tonight that, if it is approved, would allow them to take the next step in going forward to the CRC for approval. They believe you guys have a conditional approval from the CRC, is that what you call it? Awaiting the site location, or maybe you can describe where that is?
No, so I think you and I spoke about this during the committee. I think that question was asked when we were in front of your cannabis committee. The conditional approval, conditional licenses really are meaningless because they have to be converted to an annual license. So in an effort to expedite things, once the city opted in for manufacturing and Trichoma's team decided that they wanted to apply and hopefully get support for manufacturing, soon as the resolution is granted, should we be lucky enough to get that support from you guys, the submission is already done and ready to be sent into the portal for the CRC. It just needs that resolution with it, or the CRC won't look at it. So that kind of hastens the process. So it's about a 4 to 5 month kind of, once you're in the queue, time frame for getting the full annual license that you need to operate. So to apply for a conditional license doesn't speed up the process. It actually somewhat slows it down.
Okay. All right, thank you. So we'll be voting on that at the 8 o'clock meeting, correct?
Yes, that's one of the resolutions on the
Okay.
agenda tonight, yes.
Next in line.
Next up, do we have I don't know if there's a presentation. Frank, do you have a presentation on Recycle Coach? Yeah. It's going to be a presentation on a new thing that we're
Recycle
offering
Coach?
to our residents.
Doing double duty today. Hopefully this works.
We got faith in you.
Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay. I did it, broke it. Not used to be on this side of the. All right. So this is Recycle Coach. Recycle Coach is a free thing here in the city of Hackensack for all of our residents. It is a web app as well as a mobile app, which I will show in a little bit. But basically now on our city website, if you go to the Public Works tab, you will see this new block here. And it has 3 separate tabs within this little iframe here where you could see different things. So the first and most important thing you could do is type in your address. Now, I'm not a resident of Hackensack, so I'll use City Hall's address as my address. So if I were to go to 65 Central Ave, it populates a list of every house here or home in Hackensack. I can select 65 Central, and it'll tell me, based on my route, what days are bulk pickup, what days are garbage pickup, and which days are recycling. It's a little bit easier to use it this way instead of so you can know exactly when. There's also a component where if there's a holiday or a winter storm or a change in pickup for whether it be recycling or garbage pickup, you'd get notified by an alert here on your day. So that's the first thing. The second tab is pretty cool. It's called What Goes Where. So sometimes you may have a question about, I don't know if this is trash, I don't know if this is recycling. So this has been curated by information that's provided to me from our DPW. So say balloons, for example. Some towns recycle them, some towns don't. So you can type in the word balloons, and it tells you that we don't recycle balloons, we just put them right in the trash. There's a certain collection that has to happen for balloons. There's a certain facility that takes them in a different state. We don't participate in that program yet. It's something that we may be working on with Clean Communities, but for now, that's something you just trash. And the last tab is the discovery zone, where the first question is, can you recycle balloons? This is the discovery zone. These are basically information that's been curated for residents of the city and students and children and anybody else want to learn more about recycling, trash, sanitation. And this part of the Recycle Coach thing is provided by Clean Communities. So if you see down here, there's a whole Clean Communities tab, and tells you about litter reduction, how to reduce litter here in Hackensack, and other helpful information. Like I had mentioned, there's a web app, as a mobile app, which I'll try showing that off as well. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Oh, to stop mirroring there. Hold on. Oh, okay. So, like I said, there is a mobile app as well. So once you download the Recycle Coach app from either the App Store, the Play Store, whether you're on Android or iOS, same concept. You just say, you know, my municipality is Hackensack. We will pop up once it loads. You can choose your language. It's been modified for English and Spanish. I'm going to choose English. Again, I'm going to choose my address, which is 65 Central Ave.
Bless you.
I spelled Central wrong, that's why. 65 Central Ave. And then this is what I was mentioning before. It'll ask you if you want to get notified when it matters to you. So you can enable notifications on your mobile device to notify you if there's changes to your recycling or your sanitation pickup. So I'm going to allow notifications, and then I could see the exact same thing I just saw on the web app, but I could see it right here. So that's it. We're going to implement some other things as well. I know, for example, there's a difference between recycling when we do boxes and when we do cans and bottles. So I'm working with the Recycle Coach to basically more definitively show what day goes what where, what where. So we're working on it, but it's something new that we sort of had in the past, but it was very underutilized and not really implemented. Once I got on board with Clean Communities, this is part of my initiative to add this feature here for our residents, and also, like I said, add the component for what to know, how things go, where they need to be recycled or not. So that's kind of what we've been working on in the back end. So that's all I have to say about that. And I have a lot of notifications, as you saw. That's my fiance, wife, not fiance. I'm blabbering now. We gotta get out of here.
When will it be available, Frank?
It's available today.
Okay.
Available today.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
No problem.
Also up, we have on for tonight is a resolution regarding Bergen Risk, which will be, again, our third-party administrator, and is agreement on for approval for our liability and workers' comp. They typically take care of that for us. I have one other thing, and then we'll turn it over to Chris Wheaton, but the City Council will be celebrating Black History Month on February 25th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., showcasing African Americans and labor. Join us as we honor and celebrate the contributions of African Americans in the workforce across various industries and highlight their businesses within Hackensack. This will be held at the Civic Center on the 25th. There will be no executive or CAL meetings on that night. The business will then be, all the businesses that participate will be honored at the 8 p.m. council meeting after the event. I'm going to now call up our city engineer, Chris Wheaton, for the combined sewer and construction projects update.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, getting into our combined sewer and construction projects update. A couple of recent updates shown in blue here. We are in bidding now for the Johnson Park site utility work, with a bid opening scheduled for May 4th, and also bidding for the Lot A and Atlantic Street Garage entrance improvements, with a bid opening of March 5th. In our CSO separation projects, we are just wrapping up the Anderson Drainage Area combined sewer separation project. With this project, the city has completed over 90 acres of diversion of stormwater from the combined system. So that's a very significant diversion. The The final restoration for this, so all the pipes are in place, the catch basins are installed, and the work conveying the water is complete. So next slide, please, Frank. We are just, we still have final restoration to do. There is some final paving and curves and sidewalks to complete, which will be done as weather permits, and possibly into the spring. Another sewer project that we're working on is the, well, stormwater project. The East Kennedy Pump Station generator has been installed, as well as the automatic transfer switch for that generator. That generator was tested and started up today, and the automatic transfer switch will be tested tomorrow, along with training for the new equipment. And then that project will be operational. With regards to Jefferson Street pipe repairs, we have, are currently this week doing the point repairs at the intersection of Jefferson and Johnson. And shortly thereafter, into next week, probably the next 2 weeks, we will be doing the trenchless lining of about 1,200 feet of sewer through that area. Jumping back to the East Kennedy Pump Station improvements, in addition to the generator that's just been completed, as I had discussed recently, we are planning for the replacement of pumps and the installation of some new pumps at this facility. The two of the large pumps will be replaced with variable frequency drive motors. We are also installing two new centrifugal pumps for lighter weather events and new control systems. Other improvements at the facility will be to replace the rakes on the bar screens, provide a new crossover for the inlet piping so that we have some redundancy to the screening systems there, install a tide flex valve, and some building improvements, repointing the brick and replacing a wet well hatch. That project is currently in design, and we're working on equipment procurement.
Do we have any dates for when we think we're going to have completion of that project yet? Is it too soon?
The large pumps are very long lead, so we are procuring some backup bypass pumping capability. There will need to be some facility improvements installed to make those fit and plug, be able to plug them in to the system. But the large pumps might be as much as 9 months away. We are trying to expedite that as much as possible.
Well, replacing those old rakes will do wonders. I mean, so we don't have to wait for that. I mean, we should be able to move forward with that. Is there a problem with getting those parts as well?
No problem with that.
All right, so that's something we should be able to do soon.
Yes, it's all in the capital request. Moving into parks, the Polyfly Park drainage project, we did complete with PSE&G, or PSE&G completed, really, the gas offset that was required for our pipe to be able to cross the street there. And the drain crossing itself is now scheduled for next week, again, weather permitting, and the final site restoration within the park and for the paving in the street will be in the spring. Also in parks, we are currently bidding, as I mentioned, for the Johnson Park Sports Complex site and utility contract. And for the field house, again, we have two contracts here. For the field house contract, we had a pre-construction kickoff meeting a week ago, Monday. And the contract documents are in order for city signature, which we are expecting will take place this week.
Is the field house now going to be back inside the dome, or is it going to be adjacent to the dome? We had two designs, right, at one point?
When I refer to the field house, it has been called a dome in the past, and a dome typically refers to like an inflated type of a structure. So I'm trying to transition the term away from dome to field house. The field house is the building that's going to go over all of the fields.
Will the external building be inside of the field house? The building where you're going to have the bathrooms, et cetera? Or is it gonna be external to that at some point? That's
That-
not part of this plan?
That is not part of this plan right now. We are,
But is the field house being made large enough that it could be inside or not?
no. That would be a change.
Thought that was the preferred plan, yes.
that's what I thought.
That's my concern, because now, now you're doing one foundation, everything's inside. I mean, I thought that was the preferred plan, that's what has me concerned.
That
about
was the
this.
preferred plan.
Right,
So-
but that's not what we're doing?
No, it's not.
Well, why aren't we doing what we know is the better plan?
I'd be happy to schedule a separate meeting to go over that with
Okay.
you if you like.
I think we really need to talk about this.
Of course. Okay, so Fashini Park is also bidding right now for the Field 8, 9, and 10 improvements, which include new turf fields, underfield drainage, batting and pitching tunnels, and bleachers, and new sports lighting. This project is currently bidding, or we're in the bid phase, and bids will be open this Friday on the 14th.
Chris, real quick with Fashini, so if everything goes well with the bids and we don't have to go out to bid again, rebid, what is the time frame of construction for Fashini?
The timeframe is just over a year,
Okay.
so we will commence as quickly as possible, and it will go into probably the spring of next year.
Yeah, I just think if it's gonna break ground quickly, we'd have to figure out the fields for spring and summer, so I think just being updated with that.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, we have been in touch with rec,
Okay.
so they're on board, well, they understand the
Right.
schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, and that this will be, these fields will be unavailable for this season.
How are they gonna do the
Thanks,
carnival
Chris.
there?
You're welcome.
How would they do the carnival there for breaking ground on it? I don't think we'll do.
It's not near that area,
Yeah.
the cargo's on field one.
By Bowler Cities, yeah, the
Yeah.
Bowler City Fields.
So it'd be far away from the construction.
Yep.
In roads and traffic, the Prospect Ave pedestrian signals between Beach Street and Essex Street have been installed and are now operational. We have a high-intensity crosswalk or activated crosswalk signal at Atlantic Street, and we have a rectangular rapid flashing beacon signal at Thompson Street. And in roads and traffic for Kaplan Ave, the traffic study there, as we discussed last meeting, we are recommending speed humps. We have been soliciting quotes and have passed along that information. And we are getting ready to award this with the quotes received. And just a reminder to the public, please, only, don't flush wet wipes, baby wipes, anything except human waste and toilet paper down the toilets. It really is detrimental to our system and very harmful. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Just
Questions?
one question. Going back to the Anderson Street, Clay Street stuff, where you talked about paving and stuff remains. So is everything totally connected now?
Yes,
So all of those stormwater is now going to the new outfall?
going to our new outfall and existing outfalls.
And no problems? Everything seems to be, I'm hoping,
At
this point?
I think we're waiting, for the next big storm to see how
It'll get
it
tested.
responds.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but,
even if we getting all the snow we're gonna get tonight and over the weekend and whatever, all the melting and all that water basically emptying into
April,
the system.
March and April will tell.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good test. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, there were two items that I didn't have slides on, just to bring you fully up to speed. We are getting ready to, with our paving program for the spring, we have been going through the project's priority and received the budget from finance, so we're putting together the plan for bidding for paving. And we also are bidding right now, or have just received bids for the fire company Engine 2 to rehabilitate the apparatus floor there. So that will be starting soon as well.
Could you just make sure we get that meeting together quickly for Johnson Park?
Chris, Yeah, going back to Johnson Park we're talking about the administration building, right? That's the
Yes.
proper term of what we're talking about now?
Yes.
The administration building is not, there's no footprint in what was currently bid to put that inside of the building?
No, it's outside the building. It's been termed an annex.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. Okay, that was the other word I was looking for, the annex, yeah. And that annex is outside the building,
Correct.
but connected to the building?
It's connected, yes, for sure. It would be
Right,
when it gets added to the project.
okay. All right, thank you.
We'll have to discuss it
Yeah.
because that's not the preferred option that we picked.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay, that's it. All right. Need a motion to open to the public?
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Anyone from the public like to speak? Please come forward. You will have 3 minutes. Give your name to the clerk. Thank you.
Good evening, Marty Smith,
Sir.
Prospect Avenue, member of the Condo Co-op Advisory Board. At the January 7th meeting of the council, Mr. Caruso reported that several business owners on Johnson Avenue had requested a reduction in the speed limit on that street. And after whatever study county did, they approved that reduction. And at the January 7th meeting of this council, the city also approved the reduction of that speed limit from 35 to 30 miles an hour. Several months ago, when our condo advisory board had requested a reduction in the speed limit on Summit Avenue, which is totally different from Johnson Avenue. It's got beautiful homes on estate-sized properties. County did a study, the sheriff's department, and found that, number one, the average speed limit on Summit Avenue between Passaic and Spring Valley Road was 38 miles an hour. Currently, there are no crosswalks on 8 intersections between Passaic and Spring Valley Road. And in the last 3 to 4 years, we have had 2 fatal pedestrian accidents on Summit Avenue. At the meeting previous to this one, the council had decided not to lower the speed limit on Summit Avenue. I'd like to ask you, what were the parameters that you used to decide not to lower the speed limit on Summit Avenue, based on the information we had concerning average speed, fatal accidents, and so on?
So I'm going to defer to traffic on that. I will say this, that one fatal, I know for a fact, the pedestrian was in the crosswalk at Passaic and Summit crossing. I'm not sure where the other one you're talking about is. But traffic came back with that study.
County traffic came
the
back with the
county
study,
traffic
and
came
our
back with that
traffic
study.
division
Yeah.
on the other parts of it, and they both recommended that the speed limit not be changed. And that's
Yeah.
based on the parameters that,
Excuse
like
me.
you said.
I'm asking for reasons, and this is really not a reason that they made that decision. What was the decision based on, or factors that the decision was based on? Just saying that was the decision doesn't give us any information.
Well, it was based on the analyzation of the data that they had, that there really was no speeding taking place. 38 in a 35, you know what I mean? Yes, that is speeding, but it's not as if the average speed is 40 or 50 miles per hour. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, but that really is a negligible answer. The fact that we don't have crosswalks on 8 intersections between Passaic and Spring Valley Avenue comes into play. The fact that there were fatal accidents on Summit Avenue comes into play. So just because the average speed limit is only 3 miles over the posted limit is not an excuse not to lower the speed limit. I mean, if that's what county comes up with, I think they ought to change their employees because they don't know much about traffic safety.
Mr. Smith, are you aware of where the other fatality was on?
I'm sorry?
Are you aware of where the other pedestrian fatality you're speaking of was? Because the only other fatality I know on Summit,
There were
Was-
two.
they're both pedestrian, and one was in a vehicle.
I don't know the exact
The
location,
other one
but
was in a vehicle.
The other was
You
in a
know-
vehicle, and I think it was Ross or Euclid maybe,
Yeah.
coming up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
But,
you know, even if the pedestrian who was killed was not walking in a crosswalk, maybe it was an intersection where there was no crosswalk made available.
that's,
I think
I don't have an answer for
I
that.
don't,
I think the
That
count,
person-
I think the city should reconsider the speed limit on
It's the
Summit
fact that
Avenue.
the person was in a crosswalk when it happened that makes a big difference to me.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. So we will look into, we'll ask traffic about possibly putting some crosswalks. I'm not putting 8 crosswalks
Mid-
on Summit. That can't
mid-block,
happen.
yeah, mid-block crosswalks on some of them,
very
it's not gonna
dangerous there.
happen. That makes it more
Excuse me.
dangerous.
I know
There
we
is
have, we have
an
them on Prospect.
excuse me, I know my time is up, but an intersection is an intersection. We're
Understood.
not talking about mid-block.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There are no mid-blocks
But you're
on
not taking the
Summit.
people factor into account here, and the way people are today, you actually see people, I see people every day walking through a crosswalk on a cell phone. Okay? Are you taking that into account? So the person walks out onto Summit Avenue, he's in a crosswalk, gets hit by a car while he's looking at his phone. These things happen. Happens
Well-
more and more now. It's a shame, but it's out there.
All right, we'll talk about this again at the next meeting. Thank you.
Surely.
I'm sure we
Thank you.
will, Mr. Smith, thank you.
Next person from the public would like to speak. Seeing no, oh,
Someone's coming.
I see a hand. It's none other than Randy Glover.
No, we haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Good.
What's up, buddy?
Good evening, everybody, City Council. Just real quick, it was brought to my attention the other day about the Carver Street Park house. For the last 5 years, I've been distributing food over at the Elks Lounge, and we've been purchasing food. So in the last, 2-3 years, we spent over $600,000 in purchases of food from vendors on Main Street, food vendors. And then we also receive food from Community Food Bank of New York. I want to know, and you don't have to answer today, if it would be possible if we could use the house at Carver Street Park to do food distribution.
Something we'll
That's-
talk about.
Yep,
Yeah, we could talk about it.
you don't have to answer now.
Yep.
Just wanted to put
But
it
there'll
there.
be no cooking or anything?
No, not at all.
Just
No,
whatever
we're-
you have, distributing it.
Like right now, like
Just for
tomorrow, we distribute groceries. So we distribute, believe it or not, shrimp, calamari, chicken, fresh vegetables, whole chickens, chicken parts, pork chops, beef, things like that. Real groceries that people actually want to eat.
Okay,
Okay.
Is anyone using that
So-
for any real reason right now, then, do you know?
not this time of year.
No, not this time of year, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we would love to partner with the
And
city.
there's no
So
food preparation, we don't have to worry about any of that, it's just,
no food preparation.
what would the hours be?
We do it maybe twice a month for 4 hours. Like tomorrow it'll be 4 hours. It's cold out. We've
Yeah.
been doing it at 9 degrees. We've been giving out food.
So what I would recommend, just to play it safe, is we have a quick meeting set it up, Vinny, with the Board of Health and you guys, just to make sure that all health codes are met
Sure.
when you're in there and stuff, because there's
And we have
perishables
insurance and
and
everything.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe just the inspection,
Just
to make
sure.
When the food
Yep.
comes in, that's.
Yeah, and you can, if you guys are, anybody available tomorrow, we're giving out food tomorrow. We get
Mm-hmm.
a delivery of fresh food, like we're getting onions, just a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's
that's
only
what-
twice a month for 4 hours at a time?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
would be storing food there?
Canned food. And we do have refrigerators. We have shelving, and we have refrigerators and a freezer that, if necessary, we could put in there.
Right, so you distribute it-
Commercial.
You distribute it twice a month. When is the food delivered? Like,
The food is delivered fresh tomorrow, and we
no,
try.
but like, oh, it's right before you distribute
Yes,
it? Okay,
yes.
okay.
It'll be, it comes tomorrow at between 9 and 11. We break it down, and then we start distributing the food at about 3:30.
All right, so like, there's no long-term storage required. Whatever you get, you turn over that day.
The only thing we would store are canned foods. Canned, like
Non-perishable.
canned salmon.
Non-perishable things.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
So let's, yeah, reach out to Susan and see what. Absolutely. All right?
Okay, and like I said, if you're available, anybody can stop by tomorrow over to Elks at 351 First Street, and you can see what's going on. And
What time you opening?
We start. Well, they start lining up a little early, but we start at 3:30 until all the food is finished. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
All right,
Thank
see
you.
what we can do.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks for what you do, too. We appreciate it. Anyone else from the public? Okay, so we're going to make a motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are now closed to the public, and we will
Close the
resume.
executive
Need
session.
a motion to close the executive session.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? And motion to close the council of the whole.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. So with that, we will be back in a little over 15 minutes. See you soon. Madam Clerk?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6 et sec, notice of which was sent to the record in the Star Ledger and was posted on the municipal bulletin board.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Here.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here. Would everybody please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, so we have as you can see, we have a special night tonight. We love nights like tonight. First, I'm going to read a proclamation before we do our swearing in. And as everybody knows, it's Black History Month in February, and it reads, whereas in 1976, Black History Month was formally adopted to honor and affirm the importance of Black history throughout our American experience. And whereas African Americans have played a vital role in the history of the country and the state of New Jersey from the early days of the pioneers to our present-day leaders in all things that have made this country great. And whereas Black History Month is a time for all Americans to reflect on the rich history and teachings of African Americans, and I encourage everyone to participate in Black history ceremonies, activities, and educational programs. And whereas the struggle for equality for Black Americans is ongoing, and the people of the United States should continue to be determined and vigilant in this ongoing struggle for equality, and whereas each February we pause to reflect on the contributions of the Black community to our national identity. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Hackensack commemorates February as Black History Month, and I, John P. LaBrosse Jr., Mayor of the City of Hackensack, along with members of this City Council, do hereby proclaim February as Black History Month in the City of Hackensack. So we're planning some special events. It was mentioned earlier at the first meeting, February 25th, we'll be honoring this year in particular, they're honoring labor and Black history. And we're going to be honoring all the Black-owned businesses in Hackensack with an event at the Civic Center at, what was the time?
6:30 to 7:30.
6:30 to 7:30. All different types of businesses will hopefully be represented there, and we're going to make sure to get as many people as we come and celebrate. So look forward to that day. And with that, on to the next thing. Okay. So we have 5 officers here. 2 officers, 5 firemen. You see they're all lined up, ready to go. Any special order there, Clark?
The top should be the captain, and then the lieutenant,
Yep.
and then the 5 firefighters.
Okay, so, Jose Portacio, please come forward. And whoever you have with you. Awesome. Good, how are you? Congratulations. Thank you. Yep. How are you? You don't want to be on. Yeah, raise your right hand. Oh. Exactly. There we go. Now we got it. Okay, so repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jose Portacio,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of fire captain
of fire captain
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Captain.
Good luck.
Eric, you need to sign.
Yes, sign. Yeah, yes, sign. You'll tell me the rest of the sign.
Yeah, just sign.
Beautiful. Jason Conklin. That's a Conklin or a Conklin?
Congo.
Who's holding? Who's holding?
Who's holding? You hold it.
Okay. Yeah.
Left hand.
Right hand, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jason Congo,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of fire lieutenant
of fire lieutenant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Sir.
Okay. Ready? Samantha Grant, please come forward. Oh, okay, that's fine. That works for me. Repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Samantha Brandt,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
and
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
perform
all the duties
all the duties
of firefighter
of firefighter
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Yep. Everybody, yes. Congrats again. Okay. Jack Gage? Did I pronounce it right, Jack?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay. Sir, how are you? Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Mom's on the left. Come on. Okay. Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Jack H.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of the
Constitution
United States
of the United
and
States
the Constitution
and the
of
Constitution
the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments
in
established
the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of firefighter
of firefighter
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. John Oates, please come forward. How are you, sir? All right. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, please. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Oates,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of the
Constitution
United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments
in
established
the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and
justly perform
justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of firefighter
of firefighter
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my
so help
ability.
me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Two left, right?
Congratulations.
Giancarlo Mosquera. Did I say it right? Yes. Who's holding? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Carlo Mosquera,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of firefighter
of firefighter
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. man.
Congratulations.
Please come forward. Please hold. Okay. Hey, guys. Have a seat. So repeat after me. I state my name,
I, Nicholas Ricarte,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of the
Constitution
United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the
of
Constitution
the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and
to the
allegiance
same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments
in
established
the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully
impartially,
and partially
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
firefighter
firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. So help me God. Chief, I'm gonna bring up Chief Riel, who has said a few words. Oh. Nick, got a sign.
Nick, you got a sign, right?
Make it official. We've been doing that a lot for the rest of your life, so get used to it. Okay.
First, I'd like to thank the mayor, deputy mayor, the council, and city manager for their continued support of the fire department. Without their support, it's difficult to move forward, and we've had that support, so that's a good thing. Second, to my captain and my lieutenant, these promotions are tough to get. It takes a lot of hard work, and congratulations, you earned them. To the new hirees, this goes fast. Enjoy every day of it. All right, you got the greatest job in the world. Congratulations and good luck to you.
Just for the public's knowledge, Hackensack has what's called a Class 1 fire department. There's only, I think, 60 in the United States of America, approximately. Around 60. Might be one of two in New Jersey now. Okay, so there's only two in the whole state of New Jersey that they're ranked as far as the fire department. So we're the best of the best here, and we're proud of that here in Hackensack. So congratulations to all of you, because without you, that doesn't happen. So, and to the council as well, because it doesn't happen without you guys and the city manager. So thank you so much for what you do. Congratulations to all the new firefighters and to the promotions of lieutenant and captain. We appreciate it. Thank you. Best of luck, guys. Stay safe. All right. Okay, so, that's a good night.
A 5-minute recess.
Yeah, we're going to take a 5-minute recess, so anybody who wants to leave that's here for the swearing in and promotions, feel free to leave. Where's everybody going? That's okay. I need a
Offer.
motion to approve the
Second.
minutes of the January 28th meeting of the 2025 Cal Executive and Regular Meeting.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
You weren't
None
here, right?
opposed.
Were you here?
Was I here?
Yeah, we were all here. I was
He
on
was here?
Zoom. I was on Zoom.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
No, I might have
Oh,
been
that's
out.
right. I was, you weren't there.
Yeah, but you read them, so it.
I read the minutes.
All right,
so
okay.
the
Yeah.
Minutes are sitting right here. Okay. I was absent,
But you read them, so.
yes. So with that, we go to the city manager's report. You're up.
Thanks, Mayor. Hackensack Recreation Baseball and Softball registration is now open for the spring season. Hackensack Youth Track Spring Season registration is also open. Please contact the Recreation Department or visit their website for more information. The city has launched a Recycle Coach through Queen Communities program. Please download the app for collection schedules as well as useful information and tips about recycling. Please sign up for Nixle alerts during our system if you haven't done so already. Alerts and notifications regarding inclement weather are posted on the city website, social media, and Nixle. A reminder that vehicles must be moved off the designated snow streets when there is more than 2 inches of snow. In honor of Black History Month, the art gallery at the Hackpack will be featuring the work of 3 African-American local artists, Shawnee Pleasance, Roniel Soul, and Ellen June Wright. I hope I pronounced those right. The exhibit will run through February 28th. Tickets are available for the Hackpack on February 22nd, featuring a night with Nilashi, a Divas tribute. This performance will also include a special tribute to Lillian Whitaker. The City Council will be celebrating Black History Month on February 25th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., showcasing African Americans in labor. Join us as we honor and celebrate the contributions of African Americans in the workforce across various industries and highlight their businesses within the city of Hackensack. This will be held at the Civic Center. There will be no executive or COW meeting that night. The businesses will then be honored at the 8 p.m. council meeting after the event. That's it, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you so much. With that, we go to new business. And I think we're going to love this first one. Resolution 76-25.
This is a resolution for the adoption of ordinance number 2-2025, an ordinance to amend chapter 36 of the Code of the City of Hackensack Cultural Arts Department to name the gallery at Hackpack in honor of Ruth Bayer Newstetter. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Okay, I need a motion to open to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Anybody from the public who'd like to speak about this ordinance, please come to the podium and give your name to the clerk, please. Probably should have brought him the mic. Could have brought him the microphone.
It's okay. He's okay.
Sir?
I want to thank you all for making this a very special night. Ruth, it seems, has spent forever, but it's only a relatively short number of years devoting herself to seeing the Center for the Arts. And I must say, she had assistance on all levels from the council and the recreation employees. It was a collective effort. But at the point of it was that she devoted her time, her energies, her talent to seeing this performing center come about, and it's wonderful to see it being used, that the employees are going over to lunch and they're taking advantage of what is thus far been some wonderful exhibits. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. Well deserved. Next person, please.
Hey, council, I just want to say thank you very, very much for recognizing Ruth for all of her hard work and contributions to the art community here in Hackensack, and thanking you each individually for recognizing her and giving her this honor. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you. Okay. With that, nobody else from the public? I'd like to make a couple comments.
Me too. I want to be a
Let's,
member of the public staff. What about you?
While it's open,
Very well deserved, Ruth. You have a passion for the arts that, you do see in the schools a lot, and nowadays with youth, that they need that guidance, they need that inspiration, and you have done that continuously for the city and the youth of the city. So we appreciate all your dedication, service to the arts, and for being a wonderful role model for our youth. We appreciate it.
thank you.
Well, Ruth, it was tough in the beginning, right? I can remember us down there saying, where are we going to put the lights? And I don't like the way that wall looks. I remember you and I walking there when this was first happening. And look where it's come today. And it would be nothing if it weren't for you. So I have to be honest and say we really appreciate what you've done. And no one is more deserving of this than you are. Thank you for all you've done for the city and for the arts in the city. Thank you.
Ruth, congratulations, and what a tremendous job you have done here for the city of Hackensack.
So this battle goes way back, and I'm going to go way back to 2010, when this all started, when the city purchased that building for, believe it or not, $700,000, which was a bargain at the time. And when you look at it now, it's a multi-million-dollar gem when you look at it the way it's set up. That, along with and I'm going to talk about the park as well, because the park is part of that whole Performing Arts Center as far as I'm concerned, and it has its own performing arts as well. We had a battle with all the locals there. All the lawyers in the area fought us tooth and nail. You can't take away our parking lot. You can't take away it. And we said, it's not your parking lot, it's ours.
Somehow they've managed.
And well, not only did they manage, but Chase, came up afterwards and says, I don't admit I'm wrong too often, but I was wrong. He admitted, he came and told us, he says, the best thing we did. So that whole block between the Arts Center and the park has been a blessing for Hackensack. So let's go back to, now it's open, right? We had a great grand opening. And what do we do with this downstairs, right? So the idea of the gallery came up, and there was Ruth, just waiting.
Came up with the idea of the gallery.
I'm sure you did.
We're gonna make it an all-purpose room. And I
Yep.
said,
No.
It's gonna be a gallery.
Best idea ever. Best idea ever.
And we
it's-
ran out of money, but we made the best of it we could.
Yes.
We were
Yep.
down there picking out paint colors together and where we're going to put a light, and
it came out wonderful.
Came out lovely.
It's
Yes.
it's wonderful.
Yes.
But it's not just that. Ruth got to exhibit her art there many, many times. But it's all the other artists as well who get to use it. One of them's here tonight, Maria Teresa Ortiz. Yep, and that was a great show, absolutely. And I know now she's in the library at their gallery, so having a good run in Hackensack, huh? Good for you. But, yeah, but this is all because of this woman, though. Without her input and push, this doesn't happen. And as far as I'm concerned, the Hackpack, soon-to-be Ruth Neustetter Gallery is the nicest gallery in the county, if not North Jersey. So, all right? And with that, I thank you again, and look forward to using that gallery for years and years and years to come, along with the Hackensack Performing Arts Center. And we made it through COVID. We made it through all the craziness that goes on in this world, and it's still standing there going strong. So good for us. Yep, so congratulations. Oh, you have to thank us. We have to thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Don't need to thank him.
I'm just a lawyer.
He's just a lawyer. Thank you.
That's okay.
Want us to get a picture? Yeah, well, let's all stand. Come on, whoever wants to come on, get in the picture, come
Get the whole
on.
crew up here. Now who's gonna get Ted in the picture now?
You know, Ted and my son were best friends in high school.
Were they?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mayor LaBrush, you got Oratium coming out of your
At least he has some
Wait,
hair.
we're gonna,
I'll go for the mohawk if I could grow one.
wait, we're gonna get one more picture. Here comes the man of the hour.
Oh, boy. And Randy.
This is your support system, Ruth, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Come join us.
A lot of handsome
Thank you
men
so
around
much,
here,
guys.
Ruth.
Congrats again.
John,
Yep.
my man.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
All right, guys. Okay. We're still open, so I need a motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Motion to adopt this ordinance.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
I was gonna say, it'd be bad to vote.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a
Be
bad time to do
resolved by
that.
the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 2-2025 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. So we're gonna move on to Resolution 77-25.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 3-2025, an ordinance to establish a new chapter 105 of the Code of the City of Hackensack to be named lead-based paint inspections for residential rental dwellings to ensure compliance with state law requirements. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public with this.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay. Anyone from the public who'd like to speak to this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward. Seeing no members of the public, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed.
Need a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt the ordinance.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County, Bergen, and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 3-2025 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Okay, Resolution 78-25.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 4-2025, an ordinance authorizing financial agreement with 123 Anderson Street Urban Renewal LLC, an urban renewal entity authorized pursuant to the long-term tax exemption law NJSA 40A:20-1 et sec for the development of a residential apartment upon Block 425, Lot 1. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Anyone from the public who'd like to speak to ordinance 78-25, please come forward. Seeing no members of the public, motion to close.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Motion to adopt the ordinance?
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 4-2025 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Okay. Resolution 79-25.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 5-2025, an ordinance to amend Chapter 32, Section 8 of the Code of the City of Hackensack with respect to fees charged to utilize Hackensack police officers for extra duty details. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor? I'm sorry,
Oh, no.
roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anyone from the public who'd like to speak to ordinance 79-25, please come forward. Seeing no members of the public, motion to close.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 None opposed. Motion to adopt the ordinance.
Offer.
Second.
Now we gotta,
Yeah, I'm
okay,
gonna do roll
abstain.
call.
Oh, Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
stay,
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack, County of Bergen, and State of New Jersey, that ordinance number 5-2025 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 80-25.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 7-2025, an ordinance authorizing acceptance of the deed of storm culvert easement between RFEHA Urban Renewal LLC, RFEHB Urban Renewal LLC, RFEH Retail Urban Renewal LLC, and the City of Hackensack installed upon portions of block 1, is that supposed to be 11.2, Ally?
Looks
Do
like
you know?
1102.
Or is it all,
It's block, you can't have
No,
a
I
block
guess that-
11,000.
is this the new block, it's the new numbers.
It's the new block
The new
numbers?
Yeah, it's the new numbers.
Oh.
So it's 11102, lots 1, 3, 4, and 5, formerly known as Block 300, lots 3.02, 3.03, 3.04, and 3.05.
Could they make it any more confusing? Okay. So I need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 7-2025 is introduced, is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on February 25th, 2025 at 8:00 p.m., or soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 81-25.
This is a resolution designating redeveloper and authorizing redevelopment agreement with 463 Main Street Urban Renewal LLC for the redevelopment of Block 411, lots 2.01, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18, 463-483 Main Street within the 463-483 Main Street redevelopment plan area.
Okay. Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Resolution 82-25.
It's a resolution for introduction of ordinance number 8-2025, an ordinance authorizing financial agreement with 463 Main Street Urban Renewal LLC, an urban renewal entity authorized pursuant to the long-term tax exemption law NJSA 40A:20-1 et sec, for the development of a residential apartment project upon Block 411, lots 2.01, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18.
Okay, need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 8-2025 is introduced, is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on February 25th, 2025, at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 83-25.
It's a resolution authorizing tax refunds for state board judgments and overpayments.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Resolution 84-25.
It's a resolution authorizing municipal support for Trichoma LLC to receive a Class II cannabis manufacturing license from the New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Commission to operate within the city of Hackensack.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 85-25.
It's a resolution authorizing the utilization of a national co-op contract for the purchase of a John Deere 624P wheel loader for the DPW.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution 86-25.
It's a resolution authorizing payment of bills.
Need a motion to pay the bills?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
I abstain. Before we go on, I have a conflict, no, I don't have a conflict. We're going to take Resolution 94-25 out for Councilman Carroll. Anyone else have a conflict in this consent
No.
agenda?
Just 94? That's the
Just
only one?
94.
Okay.
That's all, right, Jer?
Correct.
Okay, continue, please.
The following items are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda, and consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes, including any exceptions and/or additions. The consent agenda consists of Resolution 87-25. It's a resolution authorizing renewal of Bergen Risk as a third-party administrator for cities, worker compensation, general and automobile liability insurance. Resolution 88-25 is a resolution authorizing leave of absence without pay for Robert McClintock Jr., firefighter, from January 22nd, 2025 to February 19th, 2025. Resolution 89-25 is a resolution authorizing the submission of the Hackensack Municipal Alliance for Prevention of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Grant for fiscal year 2026. Resolution 90-25 is a resolution authorizing award of contract to Athletic Field Care LLC for field maintenance. Resolution 91-25 is a resolution authorizing the awarding of a co-op contract for the purchase of one 2024 Ford F-350 pickup truck for the Hackensack Department of Public Works. Resolution 92-25 is a resolution authorizing the award of state contract for the purchase of 12 multi-band portable radios and chargers for the Hackensack Fire Department. Resolution 93-25 is a resolution authorizing the award of contract to DMR Architects for Hackpack exterior building signage. And we need a motion.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Now, Resolution 94-25.
Resolution 94-25 is a resolution authorizing execution of a concession agreement with Feed the Blue to provide accessible, healthy, and convenient meal options to the Hackensack Police Department.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia is absent. Councilmember Carroll.
Stay.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay, very good. It was short and sweet. Need a motion to open to the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Okay, anyone from the public who'd like to speak, please come forward. Give your name to the clerk. You will have 3 minutes. Okay.
Hello, yes, Rich Serbo, Spring Valley Avenue. Hi, everybody. Come and visit, take a ride down the avenue. It's absolutely treacherous, okay? But look, I came across someone that's working for a company called RDS Services, okay? And what he does is, of course, he gets a cut, but he collects money that's on the table for every municipality all over the country that is coming from the federal government, okay? So, and Hackensack's leaving money on the table, okay? 1 year you collected it. It was 2021 that you collected this $47,000, okay? It's not a lot. Some municipalities are leaving millions on the table, but over the years now, and I'll make this fast because I want to say other things, Hackensack has left $385,000 on the table. You have to fill out the forms. You have to get it. You have to fill out applications to send to the federal government to get the money, or you don't get it. So you're leaving $385,000 on the table that the federal government will send you. Maybe Mr. Kleinman may know about it. It's called RDS Services, and that's enough. Okay, today I called, or yesterday, about the cutoff day for petitions to get on the ballot. It's kind of, it's winter time, and the February cutoff date for a May election is kind of quick, isn't it? It's almost premature to cut people off. So I called Debbie. Of course, the city has nothing to do with it. It's
State law.
State
yeah,
law
it's
does not
Governor
nonpartisan
Murphy's demand or whatever. It's Governor
way before
Murphy.
Murphy. It's been,
Yeah.
been in law for years,
Okay.
as far as nonpartisan elections.
All right, so I called Governor Murphy, and they're going to look into it, and they may extend the time so people can get on the ballot and challenge you, okay? So I think it's a good thing. All right, other things are, there's too much snow and ice between the sidewalk and the street. It's absolutely incredible. You can't cross any street anywhere because of that. Now, I know that's something to ask that's not going to happen, that the city would shovel some of that away, but I think they should, where people are crossing, okay? You understand what I'm saying? It's between the sidewalk and the street.
By
All that-
crosswalks.
Yeah. No, it's just that piece of
Yeah,
nothing
it's always
there.
like a 2-foot strip of icy.
Yeah,
I-
you can't cross the street. So where do you go? You have to go to the next driveway maybe
Right.
to get to a place to cross. Okay. All right, a couple things. My time is up. Okay. Look, the city planted 2 trees in front of my house quite a while ago, okay? And they have cracked and destroyed my sidewalks. So what, am I responsible for that? I don't think so. You planted them, okay? They're 2 red oaks. They were beautiful. They no longer are, but they broke the sidewalks.
When were they planted?
Huh?
Just curious, how long ago?
A long time ago.
I was gonna say, they gotta be there a while.
Yeah, they are. And the city planted them, and they broke my sidewalks. They're absolutely, cracked, broken, too high, you could trip on them. So what's the story? Come and look, okay? It'll be a good chance for you to come and look and see the traffic on Spring
See
Valley
Spring Valley.
Avenue, okay? Very good, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Serbo. Anyone else from the?
Mr.
public?
Serbo, what number on Spring Valley?
46,
Thank you.
okay?
And with that, the only thing I would say in comment to that, while we're still open, is there are areas in town, I think our DPW might want to double back, like days after, where it's like pedestrian crossings or where people walk a lot. I do see some ice out there, so we probably.
They were actually out today.
Were they chopping
at
it up?
Central
Yeah.
State clearing
Yeah.
the crosswalks.
Yep, because I see that, and sometimes I see elderly people, like myself, trying to get across the street. But, no, it's very hard to go curb to curb. You always have a little bit of buffer off the curb, because you don't want to catch the the plow on the curb. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it's hard to get all the snow up, right up to the curb. And plus, with the amount of cars we have parked on the streets, I don't know, it's no parking on Spring Valley by you on the street, but other streets, there's a lot of parking on the streets, and that's a constant battle with the plows. Okay, motion to close the public.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed? Councilwoman Von Rodenborg.
Sure. I just want to congratulate our newly hired firefighters and our newly promoted lieutenant and captain. We appreciate your service, and you are part of a great group of men and women. Congratulations to Ruth, well-deserved. Looking forward to to seeing the new name on there. As the city manager mentioned earlier, baseball and softball of Hackensack is open, the registration. We're still looking for coaches. So if anyone's out there that wants to coach or just help out, I say it every year, you don't really have to know a lot about softball or baseball, but just to, you'll learn as we go along and just be there to supervise and make sure all of our young athletes are safe. And thank you to our DPW. I know Mr. Serbo mentioned some of the snow, but they really do a great job out there. We've had a few doozies of storms with ice and a few more coming, so we appreciate you and your hard work. And that's it. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks, Steph. It's always nice to see, have our new firemen, young faces joining our fire department, so that's always a pleasure, one of the fun things that we get to do here in the city, so it's nice to do that and the promotions as well. Ruth had her fan club with her, and well-deserved. She's brought life to every exhibit that she's attended, and she continues to do so, and is very instrumental in bringing art and keeping art alive in the city of Hackensack. Just a reminder, I know the city manager talked about it, this is Black History Month, so next council meeting, we're not going to have the committee of the whole. We are going to instead replace that with our honoring of Black History Month. So it will be from 6:30 to 7:30, right behind us here in the Civic Center. We're honoring a number of Black-owned businesses, and very appropriate because the theme, from what we're told, is labor in the Black History Month this particular year. So 6:30 to 7:30, there'll be tables, they'll set up, and they'll talk a little bit about their businesses. It should be an interesting hour. And then they will join us back here at 8 o'clock to receive their proclamations and recognition. So that's the next council meeting, February 25th. Just real quick, I always talk about anything that is appropriate for me, and there were 2 different redevelopment projects on here tonight on the agenda. Very quickly, they were both financial arrangements. One was for 123 Anderson Street, where we're looking right now. They're going to be paying a 12% pilot on their gross. What they pay in taxes right now is about $214,000, and when they're leased, as all of our others are currently leased at 95% or better, once they're pretty fairly leased, that $214,000 a year will be returning $1.4 million a year, so that would be a $1.2 million increase to the bottom line on that project. Then the other was 463 Main. That was, any of you who remember the old Bruce the Bed King store, it's directly across from Aldi's on Main Street. Smaller, only 130 units. They currently pay the 12% pilot they're going to be paying as well. They currently pay $143,000 in taxes, and they should be returning $563,000 in a payment pilot to the city. So again, both of those, once they're functional, will be addressed to the bottom line to help our taxpayers. And anyone who's interested can see all of those pilots on the revenue page. If you look at the city budgets that are online, you can see the revenue page and those contributions. We realized about $10 million last year in pilot payments, and we hope to continue to receive more and more as these buildings continue to progress. Everyone be careful out there. I think we're going to have some late night. Hopefully we'll all be home well before it starts to snow. It doesn't look like it's started yet. Be careful on the snow and ice. It sounds like we're going to have it tonight and some over the weekend, so maintain your properties and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair?
Well, congratulations to Ruth and the firefighters for their accomplishments for this evening. I'd like to thank everyone who has attended this meeting physically and remotely. Take care, and God bless, and get home safe.
Thank you. So I want to congratulate our new captain, our new lieutenant, well-deserved. It's a lot of hard work to get to that level. And the 5 new firefighters, congratulations to all of them. Ruth Newstetter, every community needs a Ruth Newstetter who steps up to the plate and does the right thing. And, the arts are very important in the city of Hackensack. We've made it clear that we're going to support the arts. With all the concerts, we have close to 10 or more concerts a year outside of the Hack Pack, not to mention all the shows we have inside the Hack Pack along with the art gallery. So the arts are very important in the city. You may have noticed that the statues have been removed from Anderson Street Park. Got a lot of positive comments about them throughout their stay there. I think they were there about 3 or 4 months, maybe, and they were pretty cool looking.
We're planning to do it again next year.
Yeah,
to
they'll
have
be
some-
back.
They're all on loan, so everyone
Yeah, they're loaned to the
understands.
city, doesn't cost the taxpayer a dime for all that art. And we had them down by Atlantic Street Park. They're pretty cool statues of different types of things, representing different people and just regular, like, people doing stuff around town. So it's pretty nice stuff. Plowing, you know, I want to reach out to the public because I can't help myself sometime going on social media, but a couple of websites, it's literally snowing for an hour, and people are already freaking out. They haven't seen a plow, or, give these guys some time to do their job, right? Takes a while to clear snow. It's not easy. We're a good-sized city. We're the largest city in Bergen County. When the snow comes down as fast as it did the other day, it takes them a while to get around, and I think overall they did a really, really good job. But same with I see the same thing with negativity sometimes on our police or our fire, all right? These guys are working out there, all right? Give them a break. It's very easy to sit on a computer, I call them keyboard cowboys, and, destroy somebody on there, say negative comments. But, these are working men and women in our city, and not only do they read it, but their families read it. All right? So let's try to lay back on the negativity and try to be a little positive. I think that's important for all of us to do. So with that, I need a motion to close.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have a good evening, everybody.